Hello, everybody. How are you doing? It's Damon yet again, and I felt like making a video this time about movies, returning to movies. And I know 2016 is 2026 is in no way close to be finished. 2016 is, but 2026 is in no way close to being finished. But I felt like we're near the halfway point of the year, and I thought I might do a near halfway through reviews of movies I went to see. And I'll also continue on talking about the movies I hope to see this year. Now, I know people ask me about the quality of the videos. It's like, okay, I mentioned to Chris Ludick that the moment I hit 50 subscribers, I'll try to improve it, to do what I can to improve it, because it has to be also worth my time. So that's why I do this. I want to communicate, but I want to make sure that it's worth my time, because if there's not too many subscribers, then with all respect, I wouldn't see the point. But anyway, subject at hand, I want to do basically not ranking, but telling you my brief opinion of the movies I went to see at the movie theaters or on streaming. And in terms of streaming, I did not see many movies. I only saw one movie on streaming because I think that most for streaming movies are the same thing as straight to DVD movies. They're not that good usually. But the first movie I went to see in 2026 in the movie theater was 28 Years Later, Part 2. Boy, oh boy, is this much better than Part 1. I mean, it felt more condensed. It felt like one storyline, not seven, and it felt more focused. I mean, you were focused on the main character, the kid, basically when he's inducted, like he's forced into that cult, and everybody's called Jimmy, I think there. It's like all the Jimmys, and you could feel the tension there. And it's like, and you could see why they will be afraid of this guy because he seems to be a paranoid person, a very dangerous person. But then Ralph Fiennes, the doctor, there's a very kind-hearted doctor who, at the same time, tries to make a breakthrough and a friendship with a zombie there, and basically would use morphine to basically try to calm down the zombie, but also try to get him back to revert to his humanity. And to surprise, it does work. But tragedy ensues for him. And yeah, it was, I could say Ralph Fiennes did a damn good performance, as did the kid. So those two are the main standout, as well as the leaders of Jimmy's. Those are the three performances I remember for that movie. Very good. And I hope there's part three, because the way it ended, it's like do a part three and then afterwards leave it be. You don't need to have a part four or 28 years later, three, part one and two. No, just one more and be done with it. The other movie I saw so 28 years later, I would say it's 8.5 out of 10 or 9 out of 10. The Rip, Netflix. I'm a sucker for Matt Damon and Ben Affleck movies. Good Will Hunting is still one of my favorite movies ever. Dogma was very funny and good. You could say Chase and Amy, but they're not often out this. Chase Jersey Girl, not really. Uh, they were in Hair together. And what's the other movie that they were together? Because I do remember there's some other thing they were together, same movie, and I don't remember. But The Rip was good, was very entertaining. But I read in interviews that because nowadays they have to always bring back the plot, basically have to retell the plot every 30 minutes, which I thought it's basically you treating viewers like they have no attention whatsoever. And if they watch the movie while looking at their phone the whole time, it sucks for them. Why do you have to placate these guys? So to me, it's like a 7.5 out of 10. Very fun movie. And it's a movie I would have gladly seen in the movie theater, but it's nowhere near the best Ben Affleck, Matt Damon collaboration. Then you have in one of my top movies of the year, Send Help from Sam Raimi. Sam Raimi went back to his horror movie roots that you saw in Evil Dead 2 particularly, Drag Me to Hell, Dark Man, and now Send Help. Rachel McAdams is so badass, and it's like I feel like her performance deserves an Academy Award nomination. And what I like about this movie is the twist: who's the villain, who's the protagonist? Because as much as you could feel how she was abused at work by a boss, the moment she's stranded on that island with her boss, basically her boss being vulnerable and she has to help her boss there, it's like at a certain point she She's the one that starts abusing him. And yes, there's time he's trying to sneakily get rid of her, but at the same time, it's he wanted to go back to his life, whereas she didn't. And he saw it happen. As long as he stayed with her, they would stay there forever. So you could understand his desperation there. So it's a moral dilemma, and it's like in that situation, you can understand that as swarmy and as much of an asshole as he was in his day-to-day corporate life, in that world, who was the bigger asshole? At least didn't trend basically at least uh he didn't harm her. So you could say that he wouldn't have harmed her in an office, but at the same time in that storyline you could see her character, Linda, did not seem to be stable from the get-go. And I think people mistook that point of view. It seems like she was not stable from the get-go, and it seems like she was hiding more than she was letting on. So yeah. So it's basically morally ambiguous at the end. Like who is really a good guy? Because the asshole boss was an asshole, was mistreating people, but the other person was psychotic and probably eliminated her own husband out of the picture because she felt like it. So in a way, you don't. There's no real protagonist by the end, but it's done very well, very beautifully. Scream 7, oh, by the way, Send Help will be 8.59 out of 10. Scream 7 is a 6 out of 10. Because everything went well. The acting, Neve Campbell is always a badass, and she still is a badass there. Matthew Lillard, great cameo, but here's the problem. It led to nothing. I can spoiler alert, spoiler, the reveal of being the nursing home guy to be obviously played by Ethan Embry was there in one scene, and the neighbor of Neve Campbell's character, who was basically other Ghostface, was ridiculous. Now, I too would not have made Matthew Lillard as Ghostface or any of the past Ghostface killers. But you know what I would have done? I would have left it on an open in the mid-credit scene to see Matthew Lillard's character actually walking through Woodsboro into the next one, the eighth one, because right now I feel like they exhausted all the ideas. They could have just threw some crumbs that he's still out there. And yeah, rather than just use him because of AI, because now it's like, oh, you use nostalgia. He's back. Then you see the movie, it's like, so you use nostalgia for nothing. So that the old, it's like it went from 8 out of 10 to like 6 out of 10, just that reveal. I don't mind the fact they revealed pointless Scream Killer, pointless Ghostface Killer to get killed off like that in the middle of the movie. That actually was original. Because everybody's saying, oh, that's lame, that's lame. Oh, he's not part of this. Okay, cool. But I didn't like the reveal at the end. So yeah, that really took it down. How to Make a Killing, I think I'm a 6.5 out of 10. Glenn Powell is very charming. As a morally ambiguous protagonist. I just didn't like how he ended because yeah, he got his comeuppance at the end, but Margaret Qualley, aka the daughter of Andy McDowell, if you didn't know, her character was so hateable and unlikable. I felt like, if anything, she should have gotten hers too. She never got hers at the end. Like if you ever make it like basically a moral tale, basically a moral, basically a caution about immorality, that's what you do. But no, he didn't. Then you had The Bride, a movie that's supposed to be an hour 40 minutes that stretched out to 2 hours 20 minutes, and you feel every bit of it. Christian Bale needs to pick better scripts. That's all I'm gonna say because it's not just this. It's not just The Bride. Amsterdam, Pale Blue Eye was okay-ish, was a Netflix movie. Thor: Love and Thunder. Like his last great movie was Ford versus Ferrari. Everything else, honestly, wasn't that good. Even before Ford versus Ferrari, there was a lull between 2015 and 2018 or 2019. Like there wasn't basically, it was The Big Short. The other movie I remember from him was Big Short, Ford versus Ferrari, and that's it. Before Big Short, there were what? There's a great movie as is American Hustle, and then there was The Dark Knight Rises. It's like I love Christian Bale, but he needs to do something different. I'm not trying. I would love for him to do Dark Knight 4, but at least do something actually substantial and actually of good quality. And Jesse Buckley, great acting, but there's part of the movie that was actually fun, whatever, and then there's part where it was lecturing the audience. It's like, which one is it? And it led to nothing. I don't know. It's like some moments I thought were cool, and every time they did something cool, they would immediately take it back with some cringe. I'm actually getting my lowest grade of the year, which is 5 out of 10. I'm never going to rewatch that movie, that's for sure. Then we have Uppers. Uppers, which is 8 out of 10. I think Pixar is getting back on the original, basically, back on track in terms of original projects. Very fun movie, kind of parodies a little bit of Avatar, and even reference in the script, and but it's pretty funny. So yeah, the movie of the year to me, Project El Mary. You probably heard better reviews than me saying it. It's 9.5 out of 10. Ryan Gosling needs that Academy Award win this year. And it might change the movie of the year, but I really know it's going to be my top five by the end of the year. Regardless, I'm going to buy it on DVD, that movie. Yeah, I'm a physical media guy. I don't like digital. I want physical. So I love that movie. It's basically Ryan Gosling and Rocky in space, and even that relationship, that friendship you felt for it, the whole point. So yeah, I really like that movie. Easily there. So there might be some movies that match it this summer, maybe not, but I like for them to try. Then you have Super Mario Galaxy, or as Pitch Meeting would say, the reference movie. Yeah, shout out to Pitch Me, by the way. How easy is it for me to make a reference about this? Super easy, barely an inconvenience. But I really like the I really had fun with the movie. Can I say it's a great movie? No, it's not a great movie. It's just a good movie. But damn, I had fun. And it went by fast. Even if it's just a reference movie, it's not like it bores you. At the very worst, it gets through really fast. The one thing I didn't like is it did not commit to Bowser seems to have, you know, second second thoughts about basically continue as a bad guy. He didn't try to basically, you know, convert his son Bowser Jr. as to his way of thinking. And I thought Bowser Jr. at being the lead bad guy was kind of lame. So it's more in the bad guys front, but everything else I like. Mario, Luigi's, they're funny. Yoshi was funny. Uh, just about everything that worked in that case. Like there's a lot of reference, like, yeah, it's true. I remember from this Mario or that Mario, but still, I really liked it. It's I'd say 7 out of 10, 7.5. I mean, that's the forget Fox McCloud. I said 7.5 review with a friend. It's like I still maintain it's a 7.5 movie because I had fun with it. The movie Michael was very fun, but it basically says the rise of Michael because it was as safe as it could be and was celebrating his basically his rise to fame and the obstacles he had to overcome on his way to the top. And Mike Myers played a producer again, like in Bohemian Rhapsody. So I thought it was kind of funny to see that. I really liked the movie. It was really fun. Would I see it again? If it's on streaming, yes. Would I buy DVD? Not necessarily, but I really enjoyed it. Now, Mortal Kombat 2. Michael would be at 8 out of 10. Mortal Kombat 2 to me would be around 8, 8.5 out of 10 because it's like it's not as good as Mortal Kombat 995, but it's the one Mortal Kombat live action movies that comes the closest to it. Carl Urban as Johnny Cage is badass, and he reminded me a bit too Lyndon Ashby as the original Johnny Cage 995 movie. I really like this. I really like how they didn't have Johnny Cage win the tournament, but he played a huge role in the finish of the tournament. Now, spoiler, I did not like the fact that Liu Kang did not win. I did not like the fact that Sonya didn't win. I didn't like they did basically a cop out like in Squid Game season 3. Person who's not even on the Earthrealm team switched sides last minute and then happens to win for the Earthrealm. I didn't like that. And yeah, that person was a badass. It's not a problem. It's like felt like so last minute. I don't know. Cole Young got done dirty though. And the guy who did Shao Kahn played very well. So yeah, I really enjoyed the movie. I just didn't like that little bit of it. But I like Johnny Cage was such a moron, but it was so hilarious. And I like I was able to convert Baraka to his way of thinking. So yeah, very good. That's best Carl Urban project this year. Yeah, take that, the boys. Anyway, before the last movie I went to see the movie theater was last week was Obsession. I think I found my second favorite movie of the year. Very small in scope and supposedly a very small budget, but everything they did right. You know, I mentioned that Rachel McAdams should be nominated. Well, Indy Navarrete, I think the lead actress for that movie, she should be nominated as well. That's right. I feel like a lot of people doing our movies should be nominated the Oscars this year. Because I think a lot of horror movies, the reason why they get it more and more is not just a small bit budgets. Not, they got a bigger box office because they take more risks. They can afford to take more risks too. Not just budget, but it's like, okay, they don't have to play it safe. And that movie is disturbing, perturbing in so many ways, and so good. So yeah, that would be a 9 out of 10. And Passenger, my second least favorite movie of the year. So kind of funny. I just went to see my second favorite movie of the year last week, and this year the second least favorite in Passenger. I went to see it because it's our movie, and supposedly, hey, it's not that bad. Is apart from some jump scare, which I felt was cheap in nature, and the acting of the two leads is very good. The chemistry between this and Melissa Leo is always a great actress. I felt like I was expecting a reveal that makes sense. I was like, oh, I didn't see that coming, but it makes sense. No, it it basically copped down so many ways, and it's like not many people were eliminated in the movie. It's like the main leads weren't. Only one person or two, three in the whole movie were eliminated. So basically, it was not really a horror movie. It just felt like a thriller movie with some gory scenes when it happened. That's a movie I will not see again. Now, those are my reviews for up to date. Now, which movie do I intend to go see in the movie this year? Well, I'll just start with Netflix movie. I want to see Adventures of Cliff Boots. I want to see how it goes. If it's as hilarious as it seems to be, I'm in. But my upcoming movie schedule, what do I intend to do? I want to see the Backrooms movie, so it could be good, could be weird. I don't care. I want to see it. Then, what else I intend to see? I intend to see Mandalorian and Grogu. For Gather, it's good. It's not unique. It's basically you could basically have done Mandalorian season one, two in that movie, supposedly what I've heard, and it could have been basically filling because season three we was just like a side character in his own story. And I'm cool with that. I really expect us to laugh a lot seeing Scary Movie 5. Scary Movie 6. Sorry. Because it's basically the whole gang, the whole crew behind the best of the bunch, Scary Movie 1, and I expect to laugh a lot. And if it's anything like Naked Gun last year and Spaceballs 2 of next year, parody movies are back, baby, and they're gonna make you laugh. And good. We need comedies. Afterwards, I'm gonna see Toy Story 5 because I'm a sucker for Toy Story stories, for Toy Story series. As you know, it's in one of my favorite trilogies ever, and the fourth one's good too. So why not? Then you have Disclosure Day. It's Steven Spielberg's sci-fi. What can go wrong? Supergirl. I didn't know that Guardian of the Galaxy 4 came out this week. I wasn't sure that Guardians of the Galaxy 4 came out this year. And it could be bold, it could be good, it could be bad. I don't care. I'm going to see it anyway. Then I got to see Minions 3 because it's armless, it's fun. Yeah, I go watch some animated movies maybe that can basically be brainless. Who cares? And then afterwards, I'm going to see Christopher Nolan's Odyssey, which I'm giving you a heads up. I'm going to do a before I see the Odyssey. I would have basically done a ranking my favorite Christopher Nolan movies video, and I'm surprised that this has such bad attention sometimes because of the casting. And it's like I trust Christopher Nolan. I trust his process. Could it suck? Could. But to date, none of his movies sucked. They're just some that were at least less good than others. I'm looking at you, Interstellar. and Tenet. But everything else, seriously, it's always been a great enjoyment of seeing Nolan movies. I mean, Oppenheimer, a biographical movie, was so thrilling. And usually biographical movies can either be cringe, incorrect, and basically like very predictable, well, it's going, or quite frankly, overly long. And I didn't ever felt that length, even with scenes of just dialogue in that movie. So to me, people are judging that movie while seeing it like, go touch some grass. I'm look forward to seeing that movie in IMAX and to enjoy it. So go touch some grass and I don't know, go get a life. And then you have Spider-Man Brand New Day. I don't know who's going to be the bad guy. Seems to be the end, and there's going to be Punisher there. I'm going to expect a good time at the movie. Then in August, I'm going to see Super Troopers 3, in which I expect to laugh because I love broken lizard humor, especially Be Your Fest. Why is there not Be Your Fest 2, guys? Keep it going. And Coyote vs. Acme. I love the Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote's humor. This is something that basically doesn't grow old. I could rewatch and still laugh my ass off this. Here's the problem, though. I don't see many movies for September. There's three movies I'm going to see, I think, in October. There's going to be Clayface, which I'm intrigued with by, Street Fighter, which could be very goofy and bad, or very goofy and good. We don't know. And there's going to be, I think, Godzilla minus zero. Sorry, Godzilla minus one. Sorry. I love the first 1223. I was expecting nothing out of this. Nothing. But good word of mouth came out. I went to see this. I was really amazed how good it was. Then again, November, I don't think there'd be something there unless they display some movie there. But the three other movies I intend to see afterwards will be as follows. Avengers Doomsday. It better be good because with the budget they have and the stories that they got on their at their at their feet, as well as the stars they got and the budget they got, he has no choice but not to be just good. It has to be excellent. Then you got Dune Part 3. Look, I know I've said that Dune 1 and 2, there's part where I felt very good, very beautiful, but at times very boring. I already saw 1 and 2. Might as well finish the third one and see how it goes. And then Villeneuve's an excellent director. So, and finally, I'll see Jumanji 4. I like the first the series with Rob with The Rock. I love the original with Robin Williams. There's not been a bad installment in that series, so why not? And maybe the werewolf movie done by the Nosferatu director, maybe. But I feel like that's it this year. And this is where I'm going to be a bit bumming people down. But I've seen basically the lineup for 2027 in terms of movies. And in the summertime, it doesn't look good. And usually, the reason I mention this is summertime is usually where there's the biggest movies. And it seems to be kind of empty or one per month. And that's sad. Like, I would do better. Like, I really want to be. I want that feeling that when it's summer, is I can't wait to go see that movie. Not, there he goes. So on that note, let me know what you think in the comments down below. I'm gonna stop rambling and let you tell me what you think. Later, guys.